How you doing? I'm Darren with Kickin BBQ. If this is your first time to the channel, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. Today I have a rack of spare ribs and I'm just going to be doing a real quick trim video on how I like to trim up my spare ribs. I was going to do a cook video today, but we have 50-mile-an-hour winds outside, so I'm not even gonna attempt to film out there. If you remember last week, I told you I was heading up to a barbecue competition, and I'm happy to say, came home with some hardware, got this nice ice block trophy. The competition's name is Fire on Ice because we cooked on a frozen lake. So 9th place brisket, got one of the coveted beanies for getting a top 10 call, and best of all, we finished in the top 10 overall, 9th place out of 42 awesome teams. There was teams there from Canada, Maine, Texas, a judge flew in from Switzerland. It was a big deal contest. It's his first time coming back in 7 years and first time I've taken home one of these awesome ice block trophies. So I'm very happy. I'll put a picture of my brisket box right here for you to check out. That's all I got here. Let's get in and get these spare ribs trimmed up. And I think next week we'll be dropping a cook video on them. So let's get to trimming. All right, so these are a rack of Prairie Fresh natural spare ribs. I got these at Walmart. I always recommend buying spare ribs and trimming them down to St. Louis style if that's what you're going after. Number one, you get some nice trim for some sausage. Number two, you can cook up some rib tips. And number three, it is cheaper per pound because you're not paying someone to trim these for you. I do have an older video on how to trim spares down to St. Louis cut. If you want me to do a newer updated video on it, let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to do that. Now in competition, I cook Compart Duroc. It is the best pork on the planet. But at home, if I'm cooking for a crowd, I like to buy some more budget-friendly ribs here. And you can see these are $11.49 for this rack. If you can afford it, I'm always gonna recommend cooking Compart Duroc pork. But for today's video, I don't have any Compart spare ribs, so we're gonna be cooking up these Prairie Fresh. Like I said, Walmart, $11.49. So the first thing I like to do is just open up the package here, and where I cut it open here is going to be where that flat meat is. Just going to get this open and just get this out like so. So you can see here, this is where that flat meat is that we cut into. That's coming off for sure, all of that. And like I said, if you want, save this for your sausage trim pile, throw it on the pit as a snack. Don't waste it. There's no reason to waste it. This is all good meat. This will be going in my sausage trim pile. You can see we have some heavier chunks of fat here. I'm just gonna take some of those off. The smaller stuff will render out, but these bigger, harder chunks, we don't wanna be dealing with that. So I'm gonna take those out. See, we have a little piece hanging there. I'm just gonna get that out of there. Now at this point, I kind of like to figure out what I'm gonna be doing here. Look at this rack. You can see we have some silver skin right here on these rib tips. That's fine, we'll take care of that. But this is a nice looking rack of ribs here. We got some nice intermuscular marbling. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off this little breastbone right here, this chine bone. And I'm just gonna come in, and this is all cartilage. If you cut through it in the right spots, you shouldn't be cutting bone. You can see that is all cartilage. Again, you can take and trim all the meat off that, use it in sausage, throw it on the pit, gnaw on it as a snack. It's completely up to you. So at this point, I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna find the smallest bone on the end here, and I'm just gonna take that off right there. And then right here, you can see we have a partial bone right here. I like to usually come in, you can see there's some big chunks of fat right there. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna take this end bone off right like that. Reason being is very thin, not a lot of meat, quite a bit of fat on there, no sense in cooking it. And then from this point, it's just gonna be kind of shaping it up. So I like to feather out this top layer right here and kind of shape it so I know I'm going for a nice shaped rib here. I'm gonna come in, take off this pointy edge right there, and then I'm just gonna come in and kind of knock down some of this rib tip right like that. Then what else I'm gonna do is this little piece of fat right here. There is some meat underneath there, but what this fat's gonna do is it's gonna slip and it's gonna slide around, and it's probably gonna slide right off at the end of the cook. So there's no sense in leaving it on. Just like that. All right, so you can see we have a little bit of cartilage still in there. I want to take that off. So what I'm going to do is just come in here and just go down a little bit further like so. Again, you really don't want to be seeing any bone sticking out. This is cartilage. This is not bone right here. I'm going to take off some of this hard fat up top here because again, it's just going to slip and slide around. We don't really need it. There's a piece of cartilage right in here also that I'm removing, and I'll show you that right there. That is a piece of cartilage. So there's no sense in leaving that on there. Again, coming in, just kind of feeling around there, and I'm just going to take it down a little bit more. All of this meat that we're taking off is a minuscule amount, and it's going to give us a better end result. If you don't want to trim these, you're more than welcome to just season them and throw them on. You're going to be fighting with a less than ideal product at the end, so that is completely up to you. And this is looking pretty good. Some of the heavier fat right here, if you want, you can just score it lightly, and that's going to help it render. It's completely up to you. You don't have to do that, but it's just going to give you a less fatty rib at the end and a more pleasurable eating experience. So this one's kind of weird right here. Honestly, if I wasn't showing you how to trim these, I would be taking this all the way down to St. Louis cut just because you have a little bit of weirdness with the cartilage in here, but that's not the point of today's video. So I'm just gonna come in, I'm gonna score some of this. So this renders down like that. And that is a pretty nice looking rack of spare ribs right here. I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna remove off some of these that are hanging on right there. Now we're gonna flip it over and check out the back side. So got a little piece of fat hanging on right there. I'm just gonna take that off all the way down, just like so. Now at this point, we're gonna remove the membrane, and I'm just gonna come in and score it like this. I don't mind leaving a little bit on top here just to help keep these bones from blowing out if I can, but I'm just gonna score it like so. And then it's really up to you how you want to do this, but you can come in with a butter knife. That's what I find the easiest. Come in, slide in, twist it up like so, pop, pop, and just slowly peel that membrane off the back of the flesh here, and then just pull it like so. And then we're just gonna rip that off like that. You can see I still have a little bit of membrane right here. If you want to, just come in with your knife, pop it up, and slowly dig that out. Now, when that happens, when it splits like that, your best bet is to take a piece of paper towel and just work that up and off just like that. Come in here and get this part off right here. And that is looking pretty good. We have some hard fat under here. It's up to you if you want to take that off. I'm just gonna lop it down a little bit because I don't mind that fat on the bottom. That is surely gonna render out. So this backside is looking pretty darn good. Got a few little bits and scragglers right here. But other than that, even this out, just like that. But other than that, that is our rack of spare ribs, looking pretty nice. Not quite as big as I usually have my spares, just because this little bit of cartilage up here, like I said, is weird. So it's completely up to you. But that is a nice looking rack of ribs in my opinion, and pretty simple. It took no time. If I were to do this off camera, I could have this rack trimmed up in probably 30 seconds or so. It's also up to you if you want to remove the membrane. I know some people don't because it can help trap in that fat, give a little bit juicier of a rib, but you gotta cook them right, otherwise it can get a little chewy. When I'm cooking a large amount of ribs, I just typically score the membrane in a crosshatch fashion and then just let it go that way. But again, you gotta cook them right or it's just gonna be a tough chew. But overall, nice looking rack of ribs here. I'm very happy with that. So we'll jump out, give you some final thoughts on this, and yeah, hopefully this helps someone. I've had a lot of newer people commenting on my videos, wondering about cooking different things and getting some new pits. So while this video may not be for everyone, if this helps out one person, my job is done. Very happy with how this looks. we'll cook these up next week. I'm really looking forward to that video. So let's jump out. I'll give you my final thoughts real quick. All right, guys, and that is how I trim up my spare ribs. Real quick video for you this week. Sorry there's no cooking, but again, I'm kind of at the mercy of the weather this time of year in Minnesota. You know, last week it was negative 35 degrees. It's been 54, 55 this week. So it's just that weird time where winter is almost done and spring's almost here, but we still probably will get another 2 feet of snow in the month of March. So I am really at the mercy of the weather here. Typically, snow, rain, all that doesn't bother me, but with that wind, it's hard to film. I don't want the camera falling over. I want the smokers to operate as they should, which they typically do. But with those 50-mile-an-hour gusts, it does make it real hard to film outside. So hence, you get a trim video. Like I said, this video is meant to help someone. If you already have a way of trimming ribs, that's great. You know, stick with what works for you. But if this video helps one person on their journey to cook better barbecue, I've done my job. That's what I'm all about. That's the reason why I started this channel, is not only to improve my skills cooking barbecue, but help just one person improve theirs. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, stay safe, and we will see you next time.